Hello, you're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. Just so y'all remember now, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
Speaking about liking RPGs,
Yes.
I am currently playing this JRPG called 13 Sentinels.
I feel like I've heard of that.
I'm playing it on the Switch right now. That thing, it's like majority of the game is visual novel,
Okay.
while the rest of the game is like kind of turn-based tactics. But that game is so complicated. Like the
fun.
story, it's timeline jumping, different perspectives, storytelling.
Oh, that would lose me so fast.
And I was like, because my brother suggested it to me, and I am so lost right now.
Oh, no.
Because it's Japanese names,
Mm-hmm.
in which these characters also go by different names based off these different timelines or realities or older versions of themselves. They go by different names. And I'm just like, I'm trying to remember your original name you gave me.
Sounds like you need to start making a flowchart.
I need one of those cork boards with the red string. And it's just like, okay, is this Enzo? It's like the entire story is about these like high school kids that they're eventually going to pilot Sentinels, which is these giant robots that will fight these kaiju, which is also like giant robots that's destroying like cities.
Yeah, the kaiju are also giant robots?
Yeah, they're like excavation robots or stuff like that. Okay. I think I got to a point where they revealed that those robots are like from the future that was supposed to like cultivate and get like other planets to terraform other planets. And for some reason, they're just destroying the world.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, and it's just like super weird and complicated. But then I hit this other part where a couple of the characters are from 1945 during the Pacific War in World War II.
Cool. Right up your alley.
But what was weird that like I was just thinking about that recently, where they're from Imperial Japan, which during that time period is like how in Japan, as far as I know, like views that period as like how Germany views their Nazi party period.
Gotcha.
Where they don't really like that.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I'm sure you've seen like the Japanese, I'm sure a lot of people will know the Japanese flag during that time period was the red dot with the red line streaking out.
Oh, okay.
That's the imperial version of the Japanese flag. Nowadays, they just have the red dot with like just white.
Mm-hmm.
They refuse to acknowledge the whole red streak thing because that's their Imperial Japan version.
That explains why I've seen both versions and was confused as to the difference.
Yeah.
I don't do history like you do.
So then this character who is from the 40s going up to 1985, and then they realized that they lost the war. It was like a really big shock to them. Wanting to go back in the past just to like win the war. But it was, I had the thought of like, how would they react to then like the mentality of like 1985? Even worse, what happens if it was like 2020, like them reacting to the culture then? It would have been so much of a shock to the system.
That would be a big shock.
Anyways, it is a good game, as like if I could figure out what the story is. But I am trugging through that, and it's...
Well, maybe once you finish it, it'll all make sense, and then it won't be as confusing.
I feel like it's... You have to... the drop is when everything, like, clicks.
Mm-hmm.
But following, like, 13 different perspectives and their individual storylines...
That's rough.
It's really hard.
That sounds rough.
I did finish the game, and I would say, yeah, the story is really good. If you're into sci-fi, I recommend it. Anyways, enough of me ranting about a game that I find confusing. How about we go to a game that I don't find confusing, D&D. Or any other tabletop, depending on what we make.
Yeah, tabletop instead of console.
Yeah, let's do that. You got dice?
Oh, I got them. 26.
Ooh, 26.
Rolling lower today.
And it's short. I like that.
Ooh.
Burial escort needed. Our recently deceased father needs to be buried in a family lot 6 miles north through the Badlands. A small party escort is required in case of trouble.
Okay, it's an escort mission. I just imagined the party, all as pallbearers doing the whole dance thing with the casket on their shoulder.
Is that music copyrighted?
I don't know. I don't actually remember the music. I just remember the dance.
Okay. I was thinking like while you're describing that, editing Brandon would just like edit in that music, but I don't know if it's copyrighted, so I'll probably not do it out of safety's sake.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find if a meme music is copyrighted or not, so
understandable.
I'm just not gonna do it. Imagine that.
Yeah.
For the people at home. As I was reading it, I'm like, we can make another Tremors episode.
Another Tremors episode.
Because it's the Badlands. That's legitimate, like what Tremors was.
That is true.
The original
is true.
Tremors. But I don't want to do that. So what do we have that's hunting the party?
Something akin to Mad Max.
Fury Road.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Well, I mean, it's simple, but it's like, what if it's just tribes people that's like cannibals?
Oh.
Cannibal tribe people.
Yeah.
It tries to kidnap, they know that they transport dead or anything like that to burial plots like this, and so they want to eat the corpses.
That's gross.
Yes, that is very gross.
Well,
But then it's just, give them bandit stats and all this and that, and then it's
like this is just the family lot. So this is like, one person that's getting transported. I don't feel like they do this very often. Also, I feel like, the party wouldn't be carrying the casket. It would be in a wagon or something.
Well, obviously, they're just escorts.
Yeah. But it's really just an escort mission. I don't know because wouldn't cannibals want fresh meat?
I don't know. They might want dry aged. I don't know.
Gross. Just cannibalism.
Do you have any ideas then?
I'm working on it. Let me cook.
I mean, I'll let the cannibals cook the pie.
No. It's just an escort mission. Maybe
we have to put some twist on it.
Okay, they have a family lot. That means they're well off. They're rich-ish.
Okay.
Because usually if you have a family lot, that means you have enough money to reserve that entire place for just your family. You're not being buried in the generic graveyard in town.
True.
So 6 miles north, that might be like another town, like the next town over or something. Maybe
they're a town of burial plots?
No, it's not the whole town. It's just their like family estate is in that town, and that's where their personal family graveyard is, and that's where he needs to be taken. Or that's where, the family crypt is underneath the family estate or something.
Okay, but that still doesn't justify what's going on in the Badlands, because they need an escort.
What I'm saying is bandits could want the rich people's money.
Bandits or cannibals, we're giving them the same stats.
Cannibalistic bandits. Okay.
Cannibalistic. I mean,
Canna bandits.
Is that the name of this episode?
Maybe. We'll get there.
No, I don't think we're going. Sounds like you're not in the boat of cannibals.
I'm not a fan of cannibals. Just the concept of just eating another person.
Oh, and you're fine with like rituals or summoning demons from past episodes?
I mean, demons are different.
Okay, I found your line. Noted.
Okay.
I won't invite you to any of my cannibal parties.
Thank you.
But for our demon summoning rituals, I'll invite you.
Oh, but you don't need to invite me to that either.
No, you're fine with that though.
I'm not fine with it.
Why is this one so hard?
Because it's really simple. It's really just take this dead body over there.
This is better than the whole like work from home crap that we've done before.
And it's better than try to sell this tin pot.
Yeah, so why is this so hard for us?
Because we want to do something more interesting than just, oh no, bandits attack.
You mean what you suggested?
Or cannibals attack. Okay, cannibals or bandits. We can leave that one up to the DM. I
thought we were going to change what the threat is.
What if the bridge is out? Now they got to figure out how to get around the canyon.
Is this the big twist?
There could be a big twist lurking in the canyon. I don't know.
Oh my god, we should just make Tremors and be done with it. We're washed up. Whatever episode number this is the part where we realize we're washed up. We are out of good ideas.
Yeah, but this is episode 68. You know what that means. We have to record the next episode.
I know.
So, what happens to the party? There could be various obstacles they have to get the wagon around. Maybe there's a tree over the road. Something spooks the horses or the oxen or whatever's pulling it. Maybe something's hunting their oxen or them. some like creature. We've done all of this, I feel like.
Yeah, we have. Okay, how about this? We're trying a new approach. Let's try this new approach.
Okay.
Tiffany, describe what the Badlands look like.
I'm thinking a good solid portion of Australia. Just scrub brush, very arid, like.
No offense to anyone who listens to us from Australia.
No. A large part of Australia looks like this. It's just really like very little plant life, and it's mostly just like dirt and stuff. And then every now and then you'll see a tree sticking up with maybe a few bushes around it, but it's mostly just rocks everywhere. And it's kind of reddish.
Okay, so basically Death Valley in the US.
That too, yes.
I'm trying to think, like, if we could make something unique about the Badlands,
Yeah.
maybe we could go off of that.
Okay. What's unique about the Badlands?
You want, viewer, if you want to skip this episode, I'd understand.
But you might be missing something interesting as soon as our brains kick into gear.
I doubt it for this one.
Okay, Badlands. Super obnoxiously hot during the day. Can only travel at night.
Now you're just talking about going through a desert.
Yes.
I mean, bad doesn't have to mean that's just hot.
That's just what I think about. Okay.
What
so
happens if the Badlands
maybe it's
is
not
a
hot.
very large, like, valley-esque kind of thing, and there's a perpetual fog constantly there?
Okay.
And then we turn this into Stephen King's The Mist.
I was thinking about that one forest in Legend of Zelda that you have to walk through to get to the Korok village.
I don't know what. I haven't played
Breath of the Wild specifically.
Breath of the Wild.
You
It's
really
on my
should.
list.
It's really fun. You should play it.
After 13 Sentinels, I'm gonna probably get back into Elden Ring.
Oh boy.
The DLC is coming out in June.
Oh my.
No,
So exciting.
I should make you play that game
No.
with my like over-leveled character.
No.
Anyways,
Okay, Badlands. You know what? I'm just going to Google Badlands and see what the internet gives me.
most likely it's gonna be the generic one that you thought of.
Most likely. There's a Badlands National Park.
Where?
South Dakota.
Hmm.
It looks pretty much exactly as I described, except no plant life, just rocks. Just rocks.
I mean, to be fair, we could also do just a generic. Oh, the Badlands is undead infested area.
Okay.
But I feel like that's also too generic.
Yeah, it's just mountainous rocks, and you can see the layers, like the different sea layers in them, so they're striped.
Oh yeah.
It looks like there is a little bit of plant life. That picture was just really zoomed out. There's some like brown grass and goats. There's goats.
They could live anywhere.
Yep. They're tough buggers. So yeah, it's rocks. Lots and lots of rocks. Some of them are really cool rocks that are sitting on top of a pillar because the rain washed everything out from underneath it. Those rocks.
I don't know what to do.
Okay. Oh, it's also a biome in Minecraft, which looks almost exactly like the national park. It's a great place to get gold. So, okay, they got to get across the Badlands. Maybe there's no known roads across the Badlands because no one goes there. It's a horrible place. So they have to navigate this wagon through the Badlands instead of around because they're on a timer. This body's decaying. And it's just going to get
what
worse
all bodies do.
and worse. And I know. So they want to get there before it gets unbearable and bury it. If this is a fantasy setting, there could be some sort of preservation spell on it so it doesn't decay too fast.
Okay. New idea.
Finally, I triggered something.
No, well, no, it's completely different. On one of those pillars, like earthly pillars that you described with the different color layers, there sits a nest of an ancient copper dragon. No, yeah, let's say copper dragon. Well,
let's throw in the ancient and have some fun.
I'm saying ancient, but copper, like metallic dragons, are generally like more good.
Yeah, they're intelligent.
Yeah, well, all of them are intelligent.
No, true.
It's the chromatic ones that are considered evil and like. But let's say it's a because I was thinking like same color as the ground.
Right, it
copper
blends
would
in.
be kind of cool.
Could be a bronze dragon too.
Or bronze. But let's say a very territorial copper or bronze dragon.
Maybe it's got a baby, so it's
protective. In which the party needs to get through the Badlands and not be detected. That's the entire goal going through the Badlands.
Okay, so it's a lot of sneaking, quietly moving.
And I'm tossing ancient so that it's your party is like mid-level. They're not going to do anything.
No, do not challenge the ancient dragon. It will kill you.
Yes, and so the lower the level people are like the party, the more that they know not to do anything stupid. So then there'll be a getting through a canyon-like area while just sneaking through and not being caught.
So every day they have to roll a new sneak check, or every hour they have to roll a new sneak check.
I think this one would be cool if the dungeon master wants to make a map layout. And it's like, oh, here's a valley here, here's a crevasse or anything like that. If you go down here, you're guaranteed to not be seen by the dragon, but it's like you could hurt yourself on the way down or on the way up.
Gotcha.
This kind of pathway, it's like a little bit safer, but a little bit treacherous about like something screwing up. And then this is like safe for you to travel, but it'll be like it'll be easier for the dragon to see you. If you want to make a map layout and then say, okay, where do you go? And then if it's one of those hex maps, it's like, okay, you can move like 3 squares or like 5 squares a day when you're going. Maybe your speed also, the slower you go, the easier the stealth checks are.
Yeah.
And things like that.
And there can also be hazards in place, like rocks falling and stuff, or like you disturbing terrain or disturbing other wildlife that will alert the dragon, possibly.
Yeah. And since it's like very echoey in this canyon and all that stuff. Yeah, that's the best I got.
I like it. I really like it because it takes the terrain into play, gives you those options, gives you the chances to mess up, but also gives you a chance of success if you take all the precautions and, don't shout at the dragon.
Okay. But the thing is, though, this is all for the DM to make. And not much input on us.
Oh, yes.
So what, you want to think of the backstory of the dragon?
No.
Of an ancient copper/bronze dragon?
Do we want to name the dragon? Do we want to name the dead body maybe? Or the family member that is transporting them?
If you want to provide names for all that, go for it.
Conrad McKnight is the dead body.
McKnight.
McKnight. You can laugh.
What's the original? The original McKnight was Ronald.
He's a McDonald.
That's the joke.
Gotcha. Anyway, and who did it say was with them? Just our recently deceased father. So it could be
the new head of the family.
New head of the family, maybe brother-sister combo trying to bring their father back.
Up to. Yeah.
Anyway, I was thinking son is Ashton McKnight. Trying to find a good daughter name. Laura
McKnight.
Or it could be a different name. Maybe she's remarried.
Do you want to name the dragon?
How do you name dragons? What are dragon
I
names?
don't know.
Okay.
I'm very bad at names. That's why you've always been in charge of this.
I pick names off a list, and this list does not include dragon names. So I guess I'm going to go Google up a dragon name generator. Honestly, any DM can rename any of our characters. It's not set in stone what their names are.
Yeah, I'm sure they're better at coming up with names than us.
How about Zezoi, Lord of Fire? It gives them a title, too. Oh, wait, no, I like Mivora. Mivorra. Because I was thinking it's a mama that has either an egg that she's protecting or an actual new hatchling that she's protecting.
Say the name again?
Mivora.
Okay. I was just looking up, because copper dragons have acid breath.
Okay. Maybe, ooh.
And a bronze dragon has oh my god, it has 2 different breaths. A lightning breath and a repulsion breath.
Let's go with copper. Because with the acid breath, as you're walking through like the terrain, the Badlands and stuff, you see the pockmarks from acid having eaten away parts of things.
Oh, and that's what created this like valley or canyon.
Yeah, that's why it looks the way it does, is because the softer rock got eaten away by all the acid that the dragon's spewing around.
Over the millennia or whatever? Okay.
This is that dragon's domain. Their den? No, they have a name for their...
Den of the Drake? Shout out to that YouTube channel.
I don't know this one.
He reads RPG horror stories.
Nice.
And we weren't even talking about drakes. I just that just suddenly popped up in my head.
Because I said den.
Yeah, but it's not a drake. It's a dragon.
Lair. It's called a lair. And this dragon has claimed this whole Badlands area as its lair.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So
Anything else that we want to add?
we have a copper dragon that's taken over this place. You got to transport a dead body through it in one piece, preferably.
And
while
not
also
turn it
protecting
into Swiss cheese.
Yes. While also protecting the two living relatives who are transporting this dead body.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. So just stay quiet and out of the dragon's way, and it won't bother you. Alert it, make it mad. Don't steal the baby. Yeah. And that could be the reason why it's more protective right now. Like, it's got the baby. Normally, it's okay to travel along just like the edge of its lair. But right now, it's more dangerous because protective mama.
Maybe it's like within the last 100 years because dragons live forever.
That is true.
I assume it takes a long time to incubate a dragon egg.
I have no idea about the incubation time frame, but feels like it would take a while. Like, they do everything over long periods of time, so
it's the same thing as like elves, you know, their maturity rate or whatever.
Yeah. Mature slower.
Their kids is like it's like common trope in like manga or anime where you see a young like 13-year-old elf, a looking elf, and then they're like, I'm 45. And
you're just like, you're older than me, and I'm an adult.
Yeah, they usually like to use it as one of those slapstick jokes.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting old, you know?
It happens a lot.
Oh, God, that suddenly reminded me of something else to pad out time. I saw this really funny short on YouTube where they're like, I want to play a D&D game where when the party like meets up in a tavern for the first time, they go up to a bartender and they order a drink, and the bartender pulls out this thick book and says, all right, race and age, because the maturity level of different races. So he has to like look up what is the drinking age for that race.
That is funny. That would be, really hard with a lot of differently aging races and stuff.
Yeah, because like I'm sure the drinking age for an elf would be like 100 compared to a goblin, which is like 2.
Yeah, they age pretty quick, don't they?
I think they live to like 15 or something like that.
Aww.
It's goblins.
Yeah, I know.
Don't quote me on that. I just know it's really short.
Well, okay. As for the quest, I think it's, it's pretty cut and dry. It's get, from point A to point B, don't die. It's a simple quest. It's just...
Okay, if you ever played the board game Don't Wake Daddy.
Oh my gosh.
You're basically doing that.
Yeah, it's Don't Wake Daddy.
We made Don't Wake Daddy, Don't Wake the Dragon.
Don't Wake Mavora.
Is that the name of the episode?
I don't know. At least it's no longer Canna Bandits. Hey, I remembered it.
Yeah, you did. Maybe we should turn that into a shirt.
At least it's not Canna Bandits.
At least it's not Canna Bandits, or just a symbol of like a bandit that like wears a shirt that's like human flesh yum or something like that.
Just has a frying pan with a leg in it.
Or a spit roast over a fire and it's just like a guy just strapped to it. Human flesh yum.
Gosh.
Okay.
And on that note,
we have 2 social medias. One is on Twitter at QuestBoardPod, and the other is a YouTube channel. Just search us up and you'll find it. If you put this in your campaign,
let us know if you made it more interesting.
Yeah, let us know how you improved it, because I'm very mid on this. Or if you actually like this idea, let us know on either one. If you have a job posting of your own that you want us to make a quest out of, that's hopefully we'll do a better job than what we did today.
Yes.
Let us know on either platforms. I think with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.